Hello, and welcome to my very first talk. So, it's named Embrace Your Project, Animation with Concepts, and that's me. Never see my face this big. And maybe I should stick to the microphone. So, I'm Kerstin, a developer at JSUnconf here in Hamburg. And my Twitter name is BezierDev because I love Bezier curves. And I'm a former character animator. I've been working as a freelancer for about 7 years and did some storyboarding, character animation, and other things. And now, since 10 years, I'm a front-end developer. So let's get started. And I hope you can see me, it's pretty high here. I have a question for all of you. Did you ever have one of the following web experiences? Loss of orientation, increasing frustration, or maybe loss of trust? I think you had. So, how did it come to those feelings? Think about it. Maybe your cognitive load became too high. Could be. So, cognitive load, what is that? I've got a citat. Quote, thank you! I've got a quote. The total amount of mental effort that is required to complete a task involving processing of information. So, animation can fill the gap between viewing and understanding. That's what's happening. If you have overload, there's a gap and you have to fix it. First talk. So, look at this animation. On the left-hand side, you can see someone going from home to contact. Well, pretty snappy. Where are you on the side? What about this here? Wow, I know where I am. That's pretty cool. And look, animation. So, maybe it's simple as that, huh? What do you want? Closing the gap? How do we do that? We take animation. So, what do we want to animate? Everything! Yes! So, let's animate everything. Yeah, let's take some tiles. Let's animate tiles. Let's animate some burger menus. Let's animate some accordions. Looks like fun. Okay, let's do that. So, be brave and go for it. I've got an example over here. I didn't do that. That's my pretty Chrome. Yeah. So, where am I here? Well, let's see, I want to go, no, that was a bit, just want to skip that, okay. I go there, finally, whoa. So let's get some information about that side. Oh no, where am I? Where? When am I? I can reach to them, that's fine, okay, thanks, whoa. So where was that start page? I don't know. I'm lost. I'm frustrated. So, how do I get back to my... I'm pretty lost. How do we get... Okay, here I am. Okay, just relax. So wait, what? What just happened here? Overacting elements everywhere. We've been animating everything. Bam! So, I got a suggestion for you. What about animating with concept. So, but what you need to know first is natural movements give comfort. They don't pop in, okay? And they have weight. I had to do that. So, and there are 12 principles of animation. Let me show them to you. It's by Isara Willens-Koma. Wow, there's so many. Like easing. I can show you some easing. It's like easing in and out. Or what I just did was a transformation. It was going from the left side to the right side, from my side. And yeah. And you need a minimum 2 poses and 1 tween. A tween is all the movement between 2 poses. It's a tween. So, like this here. Or if I do this, my last pose is this. But how did I get there? Maybe like this? Or maybe like that? So, I represent to you the animation superpowers. They make context clear. They display hierarchies. You can see, okay, which element is the hero of the day, who's the sidekick. And they make the usage intuitive. It's for me, yay, I did it. Okay, it's intuitive. I say that every day from now on. So, and they can make artificial shortening of waiting time. Pretty good for Deutsche Bahn, maybe. And yeah. And movement, animation should be natural, predictable, and comprehensive to our users for a better user experience. And what else can you do? You could maybe create a mind map. Guess what? You already have a lot of them. Every one of you has several mind maps. So let's make an experiment, and you can close your eyes, you can keep them open as you like. You can listen to my soft voice. Think about your home. Think about your favorite mug. Where do you store it? And how do you get access to it? So, users need a mind map too about your project. And now I have to drink something. I really have, it's no joke. And breathe. Okay, so with a mind map you have orientation, for example. And next slide I have an example for you from a project of mine. I would like to show it to you in the browser, but unfortunately it's not going live this week, maybe on Monday. And so here we go. I had this from the designer, and she said, okay, what you see above there, oh, wait, spoiling. What you see above there should be the first state, and what you see below is the last state. And I was like, oh, okay. When I press here, this and this disappears. And what you have here, these two, they go there. okay? And this one goes to the X down there. I don't have an arrow, I forgot that one. So, oh no, I'm just looking at my forward. Okay, I'll do it again. I didn't, it's not the same as you see. Sorry for that. So, okay, this is the button. I will press here. And this disappears, okay? And goes down there. Now you get it. Okay, better UX now. And I was like, okay, how do I get there? They don't look the same and so different. So, let me tell you about my story. And the story, it starts with a secret I have to share now with all of you. Yeah, I use pencils and paper. Yeah, great effect. It's like if you got shocked, I had these cute animals. So that's what I do. I draw. That's where I come from, drawing, 2D and after then 3D. And here you can see my thoughts I had. I was drawing the first state and the last state, and I was thinking, okay, how do I get from A to C? Okay. What do I have to think about? And I can show you the result. It's like this. And I'd like to explain to you what I thought. Why is the navigation up there going to the right and not disappearing by opacity or something? And yeah, I would love to go there, but the mic is here. So it's that burger and magnifying button, which imply that if you click on it, you see all the menu down there. And the menu is hidden in those navigation items too. You see, it expands. If you click on it, it expands below. Sorry, I don't have that in a picture. You have to imagine, just like your house and your cup. And yeah, for me, logically, they have to move to the right, into the button, because it's in there, and then it expands down. And yeah, that's why. I could talk a little bit more about that, but now I'm too nervous about it. So I hope you got it. Did you? Yes. Yeah? Oh, thank you. So I breathe again. And we go. So what did I do to get there? I did some prototyping. And this is how it looks at the beginning. It wasn't about being fancy or stylish or just looking like the designer said. No, I just wanted to have a feeling. Is it right to make a morphing the way I did it like this, or did it feel wrong? And how does it feel, the timing, when my navigation points are moving? What is right? And when I finished with that, I couldn't resist anymore. And I took the project and I analyzed everything, every single component. Yes. And I thought, okay, which component needs animation, which doesn't? And which component needs what kind of animation? So which component needs some transitions or a hover effect or a movement from A to Z, or who's the hero here? So I had some principles I found in the internet by Isar Valens-Kommer again. And he says it's about micro animation, not the whole thing. It's micro, just only a component animating. They have to be restrained and narrative. They have to tell a story. They have to be a reason why there is animation. And if you do so, just do a single movement. Don't do it all, everything together. Make pauses sometimes. And animation won't save you if you got a design where the gap is too big between the first state and the last state, maybe just don't. Maybe just talk to them. If you have something else, please. And if you have some little details, there can be opportunities to raise up the user experience. And just like I said, I got really interdisciplinary. And I was talking to designers, conceptors. Yeah, I see those faces. Who's on which side? I'm on both sides. So maybe I just show you the little piggies again. Okay. So, where have I been? Okay, I talked to everybody. And I was like, okay, where, for example, backend, hey, when do the information come? When does the data come? Do we have to make an artificial time thing so nobody realizes that we're wasting time here? Or maybe I've been asking the designer, okay, this component, it really doesn't fit with animation and so on. And I'm a front-end developer, I developed it by myself, but if I wouldn't do that, I would go to the front-end developer and say, hey, come on, how do we animate that? And talking to everybody. And I was asking the real questions, who's the hero here? Not in my company, but on paper, in my project, on that side, which element has to be the hero, who's the sidekick? Yeah, and that's what another example, just going through all the elements I had and deciding how they have to behave. And how does that fit in the whole project? That's what a concept is about. So, project benefits of animation concepts. Yeah, they give more structure because every animation has a meaning. You have a kind of usability testing by just looking other hidden doublets, other two elements that look the same. No, they don't look the same, but they do the same thing. They behave. Like twins, but they are not if you look at them, okay? So just kick one of them, but you have to talk to everyone else before you do that. And everything gets more organic, you have a more organic feeling, it feels more naturally. And it's a user-centered way of development. And you have more interdisciplinary exchange, that's great. So here are some developer pitfalls as well. Because with great power, you know. Performance, 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 performance. Think about performance. So here's the critical rendering path. I don't know if you heard of that, but if you animate, you can't animate all the properties because some are rendered before they like here. I have that. Oh no! Didn't want to spoil. I have to go there. Okay, now we got it. That's a pen I made just for a meetup. And here you can see that's where we want to go. We want to animate things where the properties are here in the composite here. Not here, not there, not there. But you can check this out on CodePen. Yeah, there you have several informations. It's about performance animation. And and if you wonder which properties are these to animate, here they are. I got another example for you. Oh man, spoiling again. Okay, here we go. So you can go there and just see, okay, it's translate X, it's translate Z, scaling, opacity, rotation, and translate epsilon. And I got a little keyframe animation for you here again. There you go. And reset. Okay, that's my presentation again. Here we go. So, I've been spoiling this. If you have basic animation, like 1, 2, or maximum 3 elements, you have to coordinate with each other. Just use CSS. If you go for more, if you have to do a complex animation like 4, 5, 6, I don't know how many elements, then I would recommend you to use GZAP. Whatever you animate with your keyframe animations, every change you have to do in CSS might take you hours, and on GZAP it takes you a few seconds. So we can talk about that later. And yeah, and you also have some developer support. What I did when I started to take my project and just go through every single element, I was wondering, okay, how do we get from here to there? So I took Adobe XD and made some prototyping. And it's great if you want to know, okay, where do I come when I click here? And where do I go next? Yeah, easy to learn, I think. And then I started coding on CodePen my animations. But I realized that after a while you go so deep into that and it becomes so big and you lose all that time. So how can I develop some micro animations a bit faster? Then I had Principle. And Principle is a program on which you can upload your sketch files and then make some cool animations. They have timings and so on. And yeah, there are some pitfalls. If you're interested, we can talk about that later. How to handle Principle. And then I would say, go for it. Take your project. Look at all your elements, which should have animations, which not. How does it feel to be on your project? Maybe it's all snappy, could be. And then I'd say, embrace your project. Thank you.